The internet is in shock. After Richard Lawson's bombshell about Beyoncé's son, you might want to sit down for this one because what just came out of Richard Lawson's mouth has left the internet spinning, and not in a good way. Richard, who was once married to Tina Knowles, Beyoncé's mom, just dropped a piece of information so shocking, people are still trying to wrap their heads around it. According to Richard, Beyoncé and Jay-Z's youngest son, Sir Carter, isn't just a quiet or private child, he allegedly has severe autism, and that's not even the most jaw-dropping part. Richard also claimed that Sir has been living in a full-time care facility for years, away from his family. Now fans have always noticed something strange. Beyoncé's daughter, Roomie, Sir's twin, has been slowly introduced to the public. She's been featured in Beyoncé's videos, seen at events, and even joined her mother on stage during the Renaissance World Tour. But Sir? It's been complete silence. No red carpet appearances, no glimpses in music videos, not even a single recent blurry paparazzi photo, just nothing. So when Richard supposedly made this statement, the internet lost its mind. People are asking, could this be why we never see Sir?
Somebody wants to join. Now let's go do our play date.
And cut.
And more importantly, could Beyoncé and Jay-Z really have made such a heartbreaking decision? Let's break this down from the top. Who is Richard Lawson and why does this matter? Richard Lawson isn't just a random person on the internet making claims for attention. He was married to Tina Knowles, Beyoncé's mom, from 2015 to 2023. That means he was Beyoncé's stepfather for nearly a decade. He's known the family for a long time, even before he and Tina tied the knot. So when he said this, allegedly, during a casual conversation, it wasn't just gossip. It came from someone who was once very close to Beyoncé and her kids. And according to reports, he wasn't whispering or being careful. He said it like it was common knowledge. Like, everyone already knew, but everyone didn't know. Not even close.
I envisioned the type of man I wanted. I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But, you know, he has a lot of the qualities. He has a lot of the qualities that that I love, and we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life. So there is hope, women.
A long-standing mystery. Since the Carter twins were born in 2017, fans have noticed a big difference in how Beyoncé and Jay-Z show their kids to the public. Blue Ivy, their oldest daughter, has been in the spotlight for years. She's walked red carpets, appeared in documentaries, and even won awards. Roomie, the younger twin, has been slowly stepping into the public eye too. She's been in Beyoncé's photo shoots, seen in family vacation pictures, and more recently, even joined her mom on stage. But Sir has been practically invisible. Other than the baby photos Beyoncé shared shortly after the twins were born, there has been no trace of him, not even in family Christmas pictures. Fans always thought Beyoncé was just being extra protective of her son. But if what Richard said is true, there's a much bigger reason behind his absence. The heartbreaking claim. Richard didn't just say, Sir has autism. He claimed it's severe and that Beyoncé and Jay-Z allegedly placed him in a private, full-time care facility years ago. And not just any facility, a high-end, exclusive one where he would receive the best care money can buy. Still, the thought of their son being raised away from the family has hit fans hard. Some people are calling it abandonment, saying no. Matter how hard things get, parents should raise their children themselves, especially if they have the resources that the Carters do. Others are more sympathetic. They say if Sir truly needs round-the-clock professional care, this may have been the best and safest choice for him. But either way, it's a painful story to hear. And it completely shatters the image that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have spent years creating, that of a perfect, close-knit family. No response, just silence. What's really adding fuel to the fire is that Beyoncé and Jay-Z haven't said a word, no statement, no denial, nothing. Usually, when big stories like this drop, celebrities either shut them down quickly or issue some kind of vague PR statement. But in this case, there's been complete silence from the Carter camp. And to be fair, they've always been extremely private, especially when it comes to their children. But given the seriousness of what Richard allegedly said, the silence is making people wonder, Is it true? A bitter divorce and a possible slip-up? Here's where things get even more complicated. Richard Lawson and Tina Knowles recently divorced, and it wasn't exactly a peaceful ending. According to reports, when they split, Tina made Richard sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA. This legal document prevented him from speaking publicly about Beyoncé, her children, or their family business. So if he did say all of this, about Sir, about the facility, about the autism, then he might have violated that agreement. Some fans believe this was a slip-up, that Richard didn't realize how serious his words were. Others think it might have been intentional, maybe even a way of getting back at Tina after their divorce. Either way, the timing and sensitivity of the topic are making people very suspicious. And there's more.
What does that mean to you? Tell us a little bit about Roomie and how excited
Well,
you are.
Roomie is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so, I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
What is Sir interested in?
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff as much.
Richard has known the family. For decades, even before marrying Tina, Richard had a history with the Knowles family. In fact, they first met when Tina was still pregnant with Beyoncé. There were rumors that the two had chemistry long before they got together, even while Tina was still married to Beyoncé's dad, Matthew Knowles. Some reports even claim Tina and Richard may have been romantically involved before her marriage, with Matthew ended. But because Matthew himself had a history of cheating, nobody was too shocked or judgmental about it. After years of friendship, Richard and Tina finally married in 2015. But their marriage didn't seem very smooth. Fans often pointed out moments when Tina seemed cold or even dismissive toward Richard. One of the most talked about moments happened when Tina posted a quote about excellence versus perfection, implying that expecting perfection is delusional. Many thought this was a dig at Richard, or at least a clue that things weren't going well in their marriage. So when their divorce happened, it didn't exactly surprise people. But now, with Richard allegedly spilling such sensitive family information, it feels like the fallout isn't over yet. Fans are divided. Right now, the internet is split. Some people are furious at Richard for speaking out about something so private, especially when it involves a child. They say it's disrespectful, unnecessary, and deeply hurtful to Sir and his family. Others are praising him for being honest and finally telling the public what they believe they had a right to know. But here's the truth. No matter which side you're on, it's clear that this situation is deeply personal and extremely emotional for everyone involved. Beyoncé's children in the spotlight. Over the years, Beyoncé has been very careful about how much of her children she shares with the world. Blue Ivy has slowly earned her place in the spotlight, especially now that she's performing alongside her mom on tour, and doing an incredible job, by the way. Fans love watching Blue shine. She's confident, graceful, and clearly has inherited her parents' talent and stage presence. And now Roomie is starting to follow in her sister's footsteps. During Beyoncé's live performance of Protector, Roomie is sometimes brought on stage to share a sweet, symbolic moment with her mom. It's clear that Beyoncé has been slowly opening the door to the world, letting fans see more of her children, just not all of them. Sir, by contrast, remains a mystery. And if the things Richard said are true, that mystery now has a heartbreaking explanation. So let's talk about something that has the internet buzzing again. This time, it's about Beyoncé's twins, Roomie and Sir Carter. Specifically, people are taking a closer look at their behavior, especially Roomie's moments on stage, and jumping to some pretty bold conclusions. And honestly, it's getting out of hand. Whenever Roomie joins her mom on stage, the little girl gets so excited that she completely forgets the choreography. Instead of sticking to the routine, she just starts dancing freely, jumping up and down, with a huge smile on her face. She's clearly soaking up the moment and having the time of her life. It's the most adorable thing to watch. One time, she even grabbed Beyoncé's microphone and shouted, "That made me so happy!" It was a wholesome, heartwarming moment that melted fans' hearts. But of course, this being the internet, people immediately started analyzing it. Some fans claimed her behavior seemed similar to Stmming, which refers to repeated physical movements or sounds that some people, especially those on the autism spectrum, use to handle sensory overload or regulate emotions. Roomie was jumping and flapping her arms during her performance, and while that can be seen as stimming, it could also just be a case of a young girl being overwhelmed and overjoyed by a huge crowd, bright lights, and loud music. Let's not forget, she's only 8 years old. That's a lot for a kid to handle. And from how happy she looked, it's clear she wanted to be there. Still, people took her behavior as more than just childlike excitement. The theories online quickly shifted toward the idea that Roomie might be mildly autistic. And once again, that led fans to talk about her twin brother, Sir Carter, and the rumors surrounding him. Recently, Richard Lawson, Beyoncé's stepfather and Tina Knowles' now ex-husband, stirred the pot even further. He claimed that Sir has a more serious condition, and some are taking that to mean he's severely autistic. While there's no official statement from the family confirming this, Richard's words have caused quite a stir. After that, people started revisiting Beyoncé's pregnancy with the twins. It wasn't easy. She had serious medical issues, including preeclampsia, a dangerous condition during pregnancy. She ended up having an emergency C-section, and according to reports, one of the babies had their heartbeat stop more than once during delivery. Some fans now believe it was Sir who had those complications. In a Vogue interview, Beyoncé opened up about how difficult the pregnancy was. She said, "I was 218 pounds the day I gave birth to Roomie and Sir. I was swollen from toxemia and had been on bed rest for over a month. My health and my baby's health were in danger, so I had an emergency C-section. We spent many weeks in the NICU. I was in survival mode and didn't process it all until months later." She also talked about how her body felt different after the surgery, how some organs are shifted or even temporarily removed during delivery, and how important it was to take time to heal. Fans have latched onto this information, linking her difficulty or pregnancy with theories that Sir might have developmental challenges. There's no real proof, but the speculation keeps growing. Some even believe Beyoncé hinted at something deeper when she talked about her children in past interviews. When describing her daughters, she said it was important for them to see themselves as powerful, confident, and limitless. But when talking about her son, she said she wanted him to be brave in a cruel world and not fall into society's expectations. She added that she hopes he learns to believe in his own worth and the magic he brings to the world. Many fans took this as a subtle way of saying that Sir may be facing his own unique challenges and that the world might not be kind about it. Things got even more intense when celebrities started commenting. Azealia Banks, who's known for her unfiltered takes, claimed that Beyoncé and Jay-Z are keeping Sir out of the public eye because they're afraid of how people will judge him. She tweeted, "Stop hiding your son from the world. People will find out eventually, and it's going to look bad if you seem ashamed of your own child." Then came Kanye West, who made things worse by being completely inappropriate. He bluntly asked if anyone had even seen the younger Carter kids and used an offensive word to describe them. He went on to say that artificial insemination was a blessing and even challenged Beyoncé and Jay-Z's influence. It was shocking, even for Kanye, and his comments made fans wonder if he was hinting at something he knew from his past friendship with the couple. Of course, the rumors went wild after that. Gossip blogs, social media threads, and even some mainstream outlets started covering it, turning the whole thing into a full-blown debate. Some fans defended the Carters, saying they're just private people who want to protect their kids from the madness of fame. Others are convinced there's something they're trying to hide. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have never been the type to respond to internet drama, so their silence has only fueled more speculation. But there is one person who has spoken about Sir publicly, Tina Knowles, Beyoncé's mother. She's tried to clear the air in a few interviews, saying that Sir is incredibly smart, loves reading and electronics, and is simply a very quiet, introverted child. She even shared his favorite story, a tale about the smallest tree becoming the strongest, which fans saw as symbolic. Some say the family is trying too hard to convince people everything's fine, while others see it as a genuine attempt to protect Sir's privacy. Richard Lawson also compared the situation to how other celebrities have handled having autistic children. He brought up Toni Braxton, whose son Diesel was diagnosed with autism at age 3. Toni has been open about her journey, saying that at first she was in denial, but eventually embraced it. Diesel recently graduated from Howard University, showing that with love and support, autistic individuals can thrive. So here we are, with the internet divided, rumors flying, and very few answers. Whether or not Sir Carter has autism is something only his family truly knows. What we do know is that the Carters are clearly trying to protect their children and let them grow up outside the constant glare of public judgment. How do you feel about all of this? Do you think the family is just being private? Or is there more to the story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned, because you know this story isn't going away anytime soon.